Boom. What is going on, everybody? Happy Tuesday and welcome to another live beer review. Today, we actually have a collaboration with Adroit Theory, which I don't say that often. I don't think I've seen them collaborate that often with a lot of breweries, but I'm excited to have one in my possession where they teamed up with another brewery to come out with this dark, evil looking motherfucker. Because today we're going to be looking at The Future You Hates You. Their Russian Imperial Stout. They teamed up with Cushwa Brewing over, I believe they're in Maryland. So, really cool stuff going by them. They have like their kind of like website and all their stuff looks pretty interesting. Definitely has like a unique kind of feel to it, but of course, when it comes to Adroit Theory, they like creating drinkable art, which I think they're way on the realm of being able to do that. Just look how in-depth that can art is. It's insane. Absolutely insane. I absolutely love it. So, this guy comes in a whopping 13.5% ABV. So yes, this guy's up there. Definitely not sessionable, but this is going to be a nice sipper and just going to be a really nice drinker for the afternoon. Definitely getting the afternoon started right. So, with it being a Russian Imperial Stout, I'm definitely going to be in the mindset of probably tasting a little bit more bitter notes in this one. It's not going to be as sweet. I think it still might have that kind of creamy mouthfeel to it, depending on how syrupy it is and just because of the high ABV from it. So I'm pretty excited to try this one out. So without further ado, let's crack this guy open and see what we're looking at. So with the bitter notes, I'm expecting maybe notes of coffee, dark chocolate, nice little malty like smoothness at the end to kind of not make the bitterness so predominant. But let's crack this guy open. Let's see what it's like on the smell. Oh yeah, definitely has that kind of malty like dark chocolate note coming on the forward. It smells really smooth. Doesn't even really smell boozy at all. Which, it's probably going to kick me in the face once I drink it. But yeah, it smells absolutely fantastic. So, I'm going to be drinking out of my untapped tulip glass this afternoon. My little 8-ounce, I think it's like a 9 or 8 ounce guy. But let's see how this guy pours. Yep. Seems pretty syrupy. Doesn't look like it's very effervescent. Barely any head to it. So, yeah. Looks absolutely delicious, if I do say so myself. So let's smell it after we pour it, see if we get any different notes. Oh yeah, still a lot of that like dark chocolate, kind of having that little malty, a little bit more boozy coming out of the can. Yeah, it just smells really deep and dark and roasty, and it's just going to be delicious. So without further ado, let's do this. So, cheers everybody. Happy Tuesday. Oh yeah, right off the note. Deep, dark, roasty. Definitely is more of like a bitter Russian Imperial. Has that? It's actually more like at the beginning it's dark chocolate, stays there for about like 2 seconds, then it kind of comes into like a nice malty, balanced kind of feel. There's not really any much like of a sweetness to this, but it's not to the point where it's a bitter to where it's like an undesirable, and like an unenjoyable bitterness. It's definitely smooth, creamy mouthfeel. It's a little bit boozy. Not really much on the booziness. I'm surprised that it's not as boozy as the ABV says it is. Yeah, that's super balanced, super smooth. Maybe getting some notes of like a little bit of like coffee, a little bit of coffee bitterness coming at the end. Not really getting notes of like caramel or toffee or anything like that. But just more like dark chocolate, a little bit of coffee, and then like kind of like a little malty backbone to kind of balance it out and kind of just smooth it and make it a really nice, easy drinking Russian Imperial Stout. Even though it's a 13.5%, having it be an easy drinker, that's dangerous. Really, really dangerous. So, but otherwise, it's absolutely delicious. So, let's see what the description of this one. So, originally brewed in collaboration with Cushwa Brewing, this Russian Imperial Stout balances notes of coffee and dark chocolate with moderate bitterness, enveloped in a full malty body for ease of drinking. So yeah, definitely getting the notes of coffee and the dark chocolate right off the bat. the malty kind of thing, where it kind of takes away from like the little bit of the bitterness from the dark chocolate and the coffee in there, and just balances out really nice and just makes it an overall really nice, smooth, just nice sipper. Overall, there's nothing really. I don't want to say there's really not really anything that's reinventing the wheel with this one when it comes to a Russian Imperial Stout. These are definitely flavors that I've tasted before in this style of beer. So, but I think they just came together with Cushwa and just came out with a really solid, pretty badass little Russian Imperial Stout for sure. I think there's 2 renditions of this one before. So there's a green like label, which I think it's the same can art, but it's green, and there's a red one. So I'm not sure if there's. I think there's a little bit of a difference between the two, but I think I may have the other one in my possession as well. So keep an eye out for that. If there's a review come up for that one, I will let you guys know. But overall, yeah, pretty damn solid. So let's look here on Untappd and see what they have to say about it. See what people are rating this one as well. So let's have another sip first. Yeah, it's very nice. So let's see. Like I said, 13.5% ABV. And with over 1,070 ratings on Untappd, this one has an average rating of 4.06, which isn't bad. It is not bad at all. Definitely higher up there on the rating scale for sure. So let's see what people are rating this one. This guy gave it a 4.25. This guy gave it a 3.5. This guy gave it a 4.25. This guy gave it a 4. Adroit Theory has a way to get their stuffs overseas, so I see a lot of Adroit Theory lately being checked in like Denmark and all that kind of stuff. Maybe a lot of places in Europe, so you may be able to get your hands on this one over there as well if you're watching from overseas right now. But this guy from overseas said it kind of tastes like a black IPA, which is interesting. I don't know if it's maybe just a language barrier. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, he's consider it pulls some on it. Okay, so he's saying there's notes of like a black IPA in this. That's interesting. I would have never thought of that. But like when it comes to a black IPA, I think there's going to be a lot more smokiness in there. But I don't really get much smokiness in this at all. So another guy gave it a 4.25, saying dark bitter chocolate with dark roasted coffee. Yep, definitely right on the money right there. This guy gave it a 3 out of 5. This guy gave it a 4.25, saying no bells or whistles, just a quality stout. Definitely agree there. 3.5. Let's see. This guy gave it a 4 out of 5, saying pours with a persistent tan head and then it looks like a thinner than expected body. Nose is lovely, bready, roasty malts. Palate follows with a burnt toast mid palate and touches of licorice on the finish, which is an unfortunate side of harshness to it. I don't get any really burnt toast in there. Or licorice at all. I wonder, Jesus, that's interesting. But yeah, how the hell was he getting licorice? I have no idea how you'd be getting licorice out of this one. This guy, what's on Hangover Hill? That's in Singapore. Huh. Interesting. But overall, yeah, all the notes that I'm getting out of this is just dark chocolate, nice coffee flavor, and with a nice kind of like smoothing out maltiness that comes in at the end. It kind of just well balanced everything and just makes it a very easy drinker for sure. So let's start thinking about what we're going to be doing for ratings on this one. But let me pour a little bit more into the glass. And let's talk about it a little bit. So, can art right off the bat. You already probably know what I'm going to do with this one when it comes to can art. I absolutely love it. So much detail, so much like of the gore kind of horror theme. Of course, Adroit Theory kind of promotes themselves as being metalheads, and this is definitely what I would consider like a metal can art for sure. So yeah, easy 5 out of 5 for can art. I absolutely love this. This was something that would like pull me in from the other side of the liquor store or bottle shop if I saw this, and I would have to get it just for the can art. So yeah, really fantastic job on that. And let's see. If I got this beer in a flight at Adroit Theory, would I get another one? Yeah, I probably would. It's a nice Russian Imperial. I'd probably go for some of their IPAs before I'd go for a regular glass of the Russian Imperial Stout. But if it was like winter and it was cooler outside and I wanted something a little bit more had a little bit more depth and flavor and a little bit more deeper, darker notes that would kind of warm my body a little bit on a cold winter day, yeah, this would definitely be one I would be drinking for sure. And it's pretty damn delicious. So, what's my final rating on this one going to be? That's going to be an interesting one. I mean, the flavors are good. I love the kind of like the dark chocolate coffee flavors up front, and then the kind of malty kind of balances out at the end. Doesn't make it too overly bitter, which is great. Like I said, it's not really too... they're not revolutionizing a Russian Imperial Stout. There isn't anything that kind of breaks boundaries when it comes to a Russian Imperial Stout. I don't think that's what their intention was with creating this one. So I'm going to give this a solid 8 out of 10. I really, really do enjoy this. And, of course, Duchess mentioned it right there. They do a lot of... When it comes to Adroit Theory, they put on their cans when it comes to like food recommendations, cheese, cigars. And this one, specifically, had a music recommendation on it, which I thought was really cool. So, with their food recommendation, their recommendation was Deckel steaks with blue cheese and toasted walnut butter. That sounds delicious. I can't even say the cheese because it's Hoppenin. I don't even know. And then the cigars, I have no idea what the cigars are, but when it comes to music, they recommend an EP called The Depression Sessions, where it was originally by the Acacia Strain, and they had guest spots from this sort, The Artist Murder and Fit for an Autopsy on there. So 3 metal bands that I enjoy very highly, and I'm really cool that they put that kind of selection on there for a music selection. So if you're drinking this and you want to listen to something, they automatically recommended you to listen to the Depression Sessions. So you can go to Spotify or whatever, you listen to your stuff on there, play it, and if you're drinking this, just kind of jam out and enjoy it. Which I think that is pretty badass that they do that. Really, really enjoy that. I don't know if you might be able to... I'm looking on Untappd, and I don't think I've seen any recent purchases in the U.S. A lot of the stuff that I saw either showed up overseas, saw it in Singapore, which was really cool. What's this? Let's see. The Hop Shop is in where is that? Hold on. Well, we're going to zoom out and see where this is. Okay, so this guy picked it up in Australia. So it's called the Hop Shop in Australia. I think it's right out of a little bit south of Melbourne. So it looks like it's right in Frankston. Right out of Melbourne. The shop is called the Hop Shop. So you might be able to find some Adroit Theory out in Australia, which I think is pretty damn cool. So, other than that, I think that's pretty much what I have for you guys today. So thank you everybody in chat for hanging out. You guys are awesome. Make sure to hit that like button if you haven't already. It would help me out a lot. Also, if you're new to the channel and like what you see, make sure to hit that subscribe button along with that notification bell. We'll let you know whenever I go live doing another review. But other than that, shoot me a friend request on Untappd. The link to my profile is down in the description below. Or you can kind of get it from my link tree on my Instagram. Click there, it'll bring you to an option for my YouTube channel and my Untappd page. So you could see people checking in stuff like me, Wayne Tucky, Duchess. I've seen Hooked on Funk check-in stuff as well. The 2 Typhons, the Angry Hippie and his wife, Lizzie, are on there. I believe Dixon Cider is on there as well. So there's a bunch of us on Untappd. You can see what we're checking in, see what we're drinking, having a good time, earning badges and all that kind of stuff. Or you can get your hands on this stuff from Tavour. Tavour is a beer subscription service / beer delivery service that you can either build your own box or choose what kind of profiles you like, and they'll send you random beers that fit those profiles per month, which I do the build your own kind of situation. So unfortunately, it may not be able to be delivered in your area. I know there's specific areas where I know they can deliver to. I know they can deliver to the Chicagoland area because I'm a prime example of that. And then I know they deliver to Dallas. I know they deliver in the DC area. So you just got to download the app, Tavour, Tavour, and put in your zip code when you do that. And they'll let you know right away if you can get beer delivered to you for them. And they try to make it to where you get beer showing up on your stuff that's available that you normally can't get near you, which I think is a really cool thing. So if you haven't tried it yet and you're interested, make sure to do that. It's a really, really cool app and a really cool kind of service that they provide. I've been using them for over 2 years almost already. But other than that, I think that's pretty much it, guys. So thank you again, everybody, for hanging out. You guys are awesome. And I'm going to say it again before we get out of here, like I always do. If you're going to drink responsibly. Don't drink and drive. And I'll see you all next time. Cheers.